From your leader in sports coverage in Madison County, it's Sports Night from the Richmond Register Sports Department.
Find out the latest Madison County sports information from Richmond Register sports editor Nathan Hutchison, coming up next. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Adams Buick GMC. Sid says sell 'em. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber. Mindy Goble for City Commissioner. Madison County Emergency Management. Also brought to you by the City of Richmond Fire Department. Remember, October is Fire Safety Month. And KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media. Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements.
Well, welcome into Madison County Sports Night Live for Tuesday, October the 25th, live over here on Big Hill Avenue at the Richmond Register offices. Hear that sound outside, Randy? That's rain.
I thought that was rain, but I was afraid to say something.
We haven't heard that in a while, but much needed rain falling outside.
And you're not even a meteorologist.
I'm as much a local meteorologist as some other people are local meteorologists. Just saying. Did you have your great weather cam on? But Madison,
yes, we do. Madison, KYLive.com, 24/7, 365.
Yeah, that's actual local, real weather.
That's right.
We just have to get you in front of a green screen and stand there and point at things.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it.
You work on that, and we're going to work on previewing this weekend's high school football games. Don't have anything else really going on this week, so we're going to take the next 3 nights to just kind of go through each of the individual games and highlight them and give you a little bit more in depth than we usually would about each one of them. And so tonight we're going to start off with Madison Southern. They're finishing up the regular season on Friday up at Franklin County. And the big thing about this game is this is a non-district game, but this will have a impact on the Madison Southern's playoff positioning, because as of right now, Madison Southern does not know who they will play in the first round. How things broke out in this district was this was a Class 5A region, District 7, and it was Woodford County at 4-0, West Jessamine at 2-2, Collins at 2-2, and Madison Southern at 2-2. So this will be decided by RPI, and so as of right now, we have to wait until the games this Friday night to determine who gets that 2, 3, and 4 seeds. And of course, the 2 seed gets a home game. The 3 seed will be at Pulaski, and the 4 seed will be at Southwestern. So you don't want to be the 3 or the 4, that's for sure. But and obviously, you want to be at home anyway. But earlier today, we had a chance to go down to Madison Southern and talk to Coach Mark Payne about all this. And I'm going to go ahead and roll the video. Then we're going to come back and give you some more stats and stuff and kind of break this down a little bit more. But here's what Coach Payne had to say this afternoon down in Berea. Southern High School with Coach Mark Payne. Thanks, Coach, for taking some time to talk to us today.
Absolutely. Always appreciate you coming down.
All right. Well, it's you guys going into the regular season finale Friday night at Franklin County. You're one of the few teams in the state who doesn't know who they will play in the playoffs in 2 weeks. So walk us through the scenarios here.
So we finally found out our tiebreaker is going to be RPI. So we're sitting in third place out of the 3-way tiebreaker in RPI this week. I believe West Jessamine plays Mercer County, and I'm not sure who Collins has. I don't remember who Collins has. But if we win out and take care of our business, we think that we may have a possibility to jump up a spot or two out of the tiebreaker.
Okay. maybe be the 2 seed and be home game.
We're hoping that would be the perfect scenario for us. We do have a lot of work though, but Franklin County has a decent RPI, so we expect to get some good points if we take care of business Friday.
Yeah, of course, that's the hard part though. Go up there and beating a really good team. Team is coming off a tough loss last week, but they've won 3 in a row before that, and they got lots of weapons.
They are extremely athletic all over the field. Running backs, receivers, skill guys. Zach Claudio, Caden Mormon. They have some great skill guys up there. The biggest thing for us though is just going in and playing our game. Like I said, they started the season kind of slow like us, but they've also picked it up as of late. They played a really tough schedule, lost to some good teams. So it's just going to be about controlling the line of scrimmage for us.
Yeah, two run-heavy teams, and they've got a lot of different kids. I think I ended up 10 different kids that have scored a rushing touchdown on the season. So
that's an amazing stat. I didn't realize they had that many because I know they like to spread the ball around, and that's what makes them so dangerous. They got a lot of guys that touch the football on Friday night.
Yeah, and they've also used some different quarterbacks as well. So they've had it's kind of it must make it a little difficult to scout that many people there.
Well, their starting quarterback, I believe, is Gavin Hurst, and he's a true dual threat guy who does a great job running the read option. He's been out the past few games. I don't know if they're going to be playing him Friday night or if he's still injured. The backup quarterback is a younger kid, got a pretty solid arm. He doesn't do as much read option. Then they'll move Zach Claudio, who's a great receiver for them, back into the backfield, and he can do a lot of things like Jay Sean Etheridge does for us.
Okay. Coming off the bye week, it's a pretty good time for you guys after the end of district play. Kind of how are you guys health-wise?
We're pretty good health-wise right now. This is about as healthy as we've been all season. We just got to continue to stay that way. We took the week last week. We still practiced and got good work in, but we also used it wisely and let those guys recover a lot.
Yeah, coming off a great win over West Jessamine, your defense didn't give up a touchdown to a really high-powered offense, and you guys rushed for 470 yards at 2 kids over 100 and another one right there near it. So it was probably the best overall performance of the season for you guys.
We felt like it was the best performance of the season for us. It was 4 quarters, both sides of the ball, and that's what we had been waiting for. And we feel like the kids are finally to the point now where even though they're playing both sides of the ball, they're conditioned well enough to do that. Hopefully we won't have any of those games anymore when the 4th quarter hits and we're running out of gas.
Yeah, there's a couple of special teams areas there, which I'm sure you guys have worked on a lot since then.
Yeah, they had Dalton Carter's a great receiver, and they got us on the first one, and we made sure we weren't going to kick it to him again. And they switched while we were in the process of kicking off, so they did a great job with their special teams right there. Anytime you can get one of your best athletes in open space like they did, you can be dangerous.
Yeah, of course you guys used Ethan Woods and Jackson Chambers as the quarterback, but you didn't really throw it that much anyway. You was, like I said, 470 yards on the ground.
They had a great defensive game plan. They were shadowing Jay Sean with Jacob Jones everywhere he went on the field, and it kind of took some of the things we wanted to do to get Jay Sean the ball away from us. We ended up doing some wildcat things with Jay Sean to get the ball in his hands in the second half, but I'll give them credit. They had a great defensive game plan to come out.
Yeah, let's give some guys some love on the defense. How about Preston Williams? I mean, the kid missed the game earlier in the year, but still is a 4-year leading tackler. It seems like he's in every play.
It's just a motor. I mean, he has what separates guys that want to play college football to the guys that actually do play college football. He has a non-stop motor. He's got the size, speed, all the other things that come with it, but his motor separates him from most people. And when we get now that Steven's back, you got 2 guys that are almost clones of each other. They're both 6'2", 240 pounds, and their motors are non-stop. You got them on the edge. It makes us pretty good defensively.
Yeah, like you said earlier, 2 teams Friday night that want to run the ball, so whoever controls that line of scrimmage will probably get the W.
That's what we're thinking. That's what we're hoping.
All right, well, good luck to you, Coach. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
And I really do appreciate Coach Mark Payne. He is a great guy, and I mean, I go down there and he will just walk over to the sidelines and talk to me during practice and not make me wait. And he's always very accommodating, and so I really appreciate the hospitality he always shows us when we go down there. So. Great guy. So here's how this breaks down. Like we talked about at the top there, Woodford County at 4-0 is the number 1 seed out of this district. West Jessamine, Collins, and Madison Southern all 3 at 2-2. So the 2, 3, 4 will be decided by RPI. The current RPI is Collins at 52919, followed by West Jessamine at 4.7200, and then Madison Southern at 4.5780. So statistically, there is a chance that Southern could still finish as the 2, but they would definitely have to beat Franklin County. Collins has a matchup with Great Crossing, and West Jessamine has Mercer County. So you only need the other 2 teams to lose. And of course, RPI also depends on who you played and what the strength of schedule is and all that stuff. So basically win, hope they lose, and maybe you can move up to the 2, which still a possibility. They need a lot of help to do that, but it's still a possibility. And but you got to win your game and then go from there and see what everything goes. And of course, that's Franklin County's a good team. They had won 3 in a row until last week when they suffered a 24-0 loss to Louisville Central. Earlier in the season, they had some tough losses to some good teams, 20-17 to Scott County, 40-20 to Corbin, 36-21 to Woodford County. So Franklin County is a good team. They've rushed for almost 1,800 yards on the year. They have, like I said in the video, they have 10 different players who have scored a rushing touchdown. Christian Moore is the guy with the most there. He has 6, but you got Caden Moorman with 5 there, and a bunch of other guys with 2 and 1. Like Coach said, they've used a couple of different quarterbacks because of injuries. They can throw it a little bit. They've thrown it for 813 yards on the season, but they definitely want to run the ball more than anything, and that's the same thing that Madison Southern wants to do, because if you look at Madison Southern on the season, they've racked up 1,800 yards rushing, just a little bit more than Franklin County has. And it's been also by committee there. Juan Rodriguez with 654 yards, Kate Sullivan's 369, Stephen Whitehead 345. And, of course, Southern coming off the bye week, but in the week before that against West Jessamine, 470 yards rushing on 50 carries. I'm not very good at math, but you can pretty much easily do that mathematics right there. That's about 10 yards a rush. Stephen Whitehead, 136 yards and a touchdown. Juan Rodriguez with 112 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Jay-Sean Etheridge with 6 carries for 93 yards. So it's going to be a battle of 2 teams that want to run the ball, and it should be a quick game, if nothing else, with the clock running a lot. But Franklin County is already locked into their playoff positioning. They know they'll be playing at home against John Hardin in a couple of weeks. But as of right now, Madison Southern, not sure who they will play. If they finish as the 3 or the 4, they will certainly play a very familiar foe, because they've already played 2 and lost to both Pulaski County and Southwestern. So it could be a first-round rematch with a very familiar foe. But 7:30 Friday night up in the capital city of Frankfort. It'll be a big game for the 3-6 Madison Southern Eagles, coming off an open week and looking to head into the playoffs on an open note, or on a high note. So it should be a good one. So
should we play Russ Carson and say, "Go Eagles"?
Go Eagles. Why not, right? I mean, I was going to say, I told Coach, I said, maybe I'll just send Russ up there. He can cover the game for us up there. So,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he could.
Russ loves his Eagles, and that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that,
I noticed also on Coach Payne, I guess Wayne has influenced him already.
Yeah, sun's out, guns out, right? Yeah, it was a little bit windy out there. Sorry for the audio quality on that video.
It was windy.
Windy, but these storms were coming in as we were doing that. So, big game for the Eagles, and it'll be real tough to get to that number 2. There's a big distance there in the RPI between Collins and Madison Southern, but like I said, it all depends on your strength of schedule and who you played. And if you have a win over somebody that you think is a good win, and they end up losing to somebody that's not very good, then their RPI drops and your RPI drops. And so it's very fluid. But I feel pretty comfortable, though, that if Southern wins and West Jessamine loses, they probably finish as the 3. So either way, 3 or 4, like I said, you're going to either have to face Pulaski or Southwestern, which would not be a pleasant undertaking. But hey, you're going to win a playoff. You're going to win the playoffs. You're going to have to beat good teams. So that's just how it goes. So.
That's right. Right. And someday, can you explain RPI?
I don't know. I just read it off the website. I have no idea what that means or how.
I tried to figure it out. I don't know how they do it.
Ratings percentage index, and if you go down there, I think RPI is updated hourly, teams missing scores, blah blah blah. It's on the website if you want to go look at it. details regarding RPI, see the link on the KHSAA website. It's, I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know either. So yeah, it's quite interesting that 2 weeks before, actually really less than 2 weeks now before the first playoff game, they don't even know who they're going to play yet. Everybody else already knows. We know Madison Central will be home against Henry Clay, and Berea will be at Dayton up in northern Kentucky. But the other one, Madison Southern, we're still not sure about. So tomorrow and Thursday we'll do Madison Central and Berea Community, and also we'll look ahead and give you a little preview of the state cross country as well. Kiera O'Shea going for her 5th consecutive Class 3A state title, so we'll give you a little preview of that as well. We got some other stuff too to mention a little bit later in the week, but that's about all we got for you today. But once again, appreciate Mark Payne taking some time to talk to us, and it seemed like a very light, I didn't say lighthearted, that makes it sound like it was bad, but it seemed like the boys were in good spirits down there. They were having a good time, putting in a good workout, but still they seemed loose. They seemed ready and coming off an open week. You heard Coach say they're pretty healthy and good to go. So hopefully they can go up there and get a win over Franklin County and put themselves in a better playoff positioning. And maybe that'll all work out and they'll end up with the number 2. So that'd be pretty fun. Maybe have two first-round playoff games. That's for Russ.
That's for Russ.
That's for Russ. All right. Well, I figured, so Friday night up in Frankfort, we have the Flyers versus the Eagles. So we are going to fly like an eagle with the Steve Miller Band.
I knew that.
Fly like an
eagle. Go ahead and sing it. Nathan. Come on. You can do it.
There you go.
Yeah, nice.
I'm sure our viewership drops when I start singing every night at the end of the show. And you start dancing too, so probably.
I love that song.
All right, get some sleep. Enjoy the rain. And we'll be back tomorrow night to preview Madison Central versus Southwestern. That's who it is. Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.
Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Adams Buick GMC. Sid says sell 'em. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber. Mindy Goble for City Commissioner. Madison County Emergency Management. Also brought to you by the City of Richmond Fire Department. Remember, October is Fire Safety Month. And KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media.